Have a good day. You gonna stay for
Thursday at noon. Back until Tuesday of next week.
Okay, we're gonna go now. What do you think? Executive session for a little bit?
longer than that?
Okay.
Yeah,
What are you thinking?
about 2 hours. Wow. Make a motion, so move.
Second, Mr. Chairman. Move
Loud.
to executive with our attorney, and that's gonna include who?
Engineering firm and our local workers.
Okay, so Dennis, Runabaum, Kenny Blair, and
Gene.
Greg?
Gene.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Come in at,
I put 11:05.
yes.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Okay, well, anyway, still negotiations. No new news.
Was James Neal here this morning? I thought I saw him crossing the hallway.
Yes.
He was here.
He was in person. Our plan next week is to not meet on the 18th, but the 21st.
Okay.
And James will be here again.
And Monday's President's Day.
Yeah, so we normally would meet on the 18th, but we've decided to move that till the 21st. So Mary Kay, they'll just let the public, or the press and everyone know that we're gonna meet 21st on a regular schedule. That'll be our meeting day instead of the 18th.
And probably will be a long executive session.
More than likely. Other than that, no new news. Thank you, Brad.
I'll head back. Let me know if you need me.
Okay.
I'll be back at noon.
Mary Kay, could you call like Nixie and Rich and everybody in line there, if you would, please?
I will do that.
See if they're available. And was you in here for this, you got the safety meeting for Dennis March 4th?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I got that. Tim, I know a couple people had talked to me about, that have come in this morning about possibly being able to speak. Is that gonna work today, or you're not gonna do that? And they had not called to be on the agenda, that I just didn't know if there'd be any open discussion following the executive session today.
We weren't planning on any open discussion on Wednesday.
Okay.
You want to comment or not? It's not really discussion. I just want to set something before you. That after the meeting last Monday, Dave and I came to present some things that we heard from Nextera. Okay, they were disturbing for us and for the Nemaha and just surrounding neighbors. Within that, and the next day, we actually met with some Nextera people, and totally conflicting story. So I wanted to let that be known first, so that you didn't think that we were stirring the pot for no reason, because it was, the things that we heard were just, shouldn't be happening. But then we heard from Nextera something totally different, so we've heard two totally different
Hey
stories.
Patty, this is Mary Kay.
But who'd you hear the stories from?
Okay, the first one
Okay,
was
thank you.
from Ryan Legge. He was the one that came around and got all the land signed up. And then the next bunch was Nextera, so Bobby and Robin, and then Mark from Blattner, I think, I'm sure the last name. So we talked with them, because they were on the road, and so they would talk with them on the highway, on number 9. So I just wanted to clarify that we did not just stir the pot for no reason. We were very
Hey Russell, this is Mary Kay.
There's too many.
Just let me know that whenever you have time,
And
you can come over.
unfortunately, the people who are sacrificing the most
Okay.
and getting compensated for nothing are hearing the least. So I just wanted to bring that up.
I'll just respond. Jenny, I'm here. I'm right here. So
Okay.
we've been in communication with the group down there, including Wayne and his family, and Jenny and her family too. And we'll continue to stay in contact. I know
Hi, Angel, this is
there's a lot of
Mary Kay
questions
from the
about what's
Montgomery
going on.
Clerk's
And
office.
we want
Could
to
you
make sure
just
that
let
we give an
Rich
accurate
know that whenever he has time to come over,
representation of what they're going to
we
expect down
would be
there.
ready for him over here
So
at the
there was some
commissioners.
misinformation we got to clear up.
Thanks.
Hopefully we got to clear it up. So we'll continue to work with Jenny.
Would you consider it cleared up? If, okay, you're shaking your head, but go ahead.
Well, but go ahead, just finish.
Well, I don't, they're putting this on a laydown yard on private property, so us dictating that, we can't dictate what's gonna happen on private property.
Well, see, we just wanted to, our main reason last week was to come to see if they would consider putting it at a more convenient place for the rest of the neighbors that would be affected. And then I think something was said about a geological study or something like that, or whatever. So I didn't know if you guys have heard anything more about that, to give any more information. Because again, we just keep hearing two totally different stories, and I can't just sit back and let things happen as they will. So
Go ahead. You're the one that actually is gonna be affected the most.
yes.
Putting it right there on that corner will restrict all the traffic that goes by. You may not think so, but you've got wind turbines going by, you've got blades going by, you've got employee cars going in 24/7, and I feel like it should be put in a different spot.
Can I just clarify? The wind turbine blades and components are not going to be stored at the laydown yard.
I didn't say they were stored.
You're still going by the heavy haul route there, though. That's part of your heavy haul route.
Bow Road is a heavy part of the heavy haul route.
As well as N is also.
The other thing is that when we met with you, we went through all of the items that go on. It's not 24/7 there. Okay, we will have security there that is going to be 24/7, but it's not going to be employees coming and going from there. The employees will be coming and going during normal business hours, construction hours of the project. That was a huge concern of you folks down there. We clarified that when we met with you last week. And the other thing that's going to go on in that laydown yard is just simple components being delivered there. Reels of cable, and pad mount transformers. None of the big equipment is going to be stored there. So there's not the amount of work that was contemplated from the folks that live out there. It was a little different than what it's actually going to be. So we're going to try to continue to work with folks out there to make sure that we're good neighbors.
I still don't feel comfortable about it, but okay.
Well, it is gonna be a little hectic. There's no time, while this is in progress,
Well, we've
Yeah,
got
it
farm
will.
machinery
and
and trucks and semis going through there and
just on an everyday basis
on an
now.
everyday basis.
Right. Besides what they have,
Mhm.
yes.
And you realize that we'll be getting into the busy planning season at that point in time.
Sure.
So it's, so is that final, that's laydown project, that area's final, that decision?
It's not up to us where they put it. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I mean, it's,
So you guys are totally out of it then, as far as that portion of the project? So basically it's just like us against NextEra?
you're putting us against them, you
No.
against them.
No, I'm not saying, I'm just trying to find out, so you guys are not involved in the laydown project at all?
Well, we had nothing to do with the agreement between NextEra and a private landowner, which is what this is on.
Okay. Well, it's good to know, then you guys are on the hot seat, at least for a little bit. You have other issues to take care of, so.
How does this not fall down under the setback agreement, though? I mean, I understand that it's not a wind tower, but it's still part of the construction process of it.
Go ahead, Mark.
To that end, we've done, Jenny, we talked about, you asked if we would move it. We said we can't, okay? To the end of where we're trying to go with this is we'll do the best that we possibly can to make this as least obtrusive to the neighborhood as possible. we've done all of our studies on the ground. It's passed all the environmental issues. You know, there's no issues with it from that standpoint. For us to pick up and move it to some other location at this point in time is not feasible. And that's the response we've given the neighbors, and I thought that was understood. Regarding how much land we had down there, we had originally had about 20 acres of ground leased with the Dobbins family. We've shifted that farther to the south in response to the concerns from the Niehaus family, and so we're doing everything possible. Again,
as far as lights, Mark, and things like that, there's nothing will be directed toward the road.
No,
per se.
It'll be general site lighting. It's going to be 2 or 3 lights that are shining downwards, and they're going to be on the portable light standards. So we'll keep everything shrouded down. We've got to have light out there for security purposes. You don't want a dark site, but especially the amount of cable and the copper that's out there. It's not something that would stay there if we did have those type of lights out there. It's not going to be a big glow in the south sky. I'll tell you that right now.
What is your estimation that this laydown yard will be used?
We need to get the laydown yard in place as soon as possible.
No, but how long?
It will be used up until about the end of, it'll be out there for the restoration, but there won't be the number of trucks that there will be through the construction season. So it will wind down by November of this year, down to a minimal amount of truck traffic that is there. Maybe 5 or 6 employees that'll stay there through the springtime. We still have to restore. That's our offices during construction and also restoration. So it'll be there till probably the spring when we get the seeding done, and then it'll be pulled out. And so it will be there less than
upwards of a year,
upwards to a year from now. Yeah, we'll be trying to, get everybody out of there or get that site back restored. So.
Okay. If you have any issues, there is complaints can be, as it's going on.
If we want to avoid that intersection and go to the corner north and east, all the tubes have got dirt washed off of them. It's only wide enough to take a pickup down. If we had to take farm equipment down there, it's not possible because the water has washed culverts off. And so, we kind of need to be able to have access to the highway.
Well, it is a county road and you should have access to the county. I don't expect what they're going to do is going to close the road down for 2 or 3 hours at a time. I don't.
Well, yes, but who wants to sit in their tractor for 2 or 3 hours?
I know, but I don't see that.
15 minutes is long enough.
Sure.
Access will never be denied. Is that?
Yes.
I mean, I'm putting words in your mouth, I guess, Mark.
Yeah, we have to keep the roads clear for the general public. I mean, we don't own those roads; those are county roads. Like anything, if we're going to obstruct a roadway, the sheriff ought to be out there.
The biggest trucks that would be coming in here is just a normal truck because of they're not coming in with 60-foot long trailers and this kind of thing because you can't. So it would just be your normal trailers per se. So you're not going to sit there and block an intersection because you can't make the turn.
Yeah. The only thing that I could think of would be if they were to bring a blade section down the heavy haul route. Okay, that's going to the turbine site only. They're going to navigate that corner and keep going. They don't sit around. They get there.
None of the components though for the towers are unloaded per se. I mean, your 3 sections, your blades, all that kind of stuff. When it's loaded, it goes straight to the site.
Right to the turbine site. So nothing more than FedEx trucks, job site trailers, and those are going to be at that laydown yard.
And trailers that bring in this cable, whatever that consists of, big flatbed trailers.
Big reels of cable that'll sit there that we've got to keep our eye on. You can't leave those at a site because there's no control or security on those. And they'll come and pick those up 2 or 3 at a time. So it's majority pickup trucks. Like you would have going to a normal construction site. You're not going to get a lot of big trucks or big loads or whatever else. FedEx trucks for deliveries of components and things like that.
And see, that's where we were misled, because we were told there'd be big cranes and bright lights and stuff like that. So that's where,
So most of the heavy equipment will not be in there. I mean, none of it, per se. Could there be? No, not really. They're usually out at the sites wherever they're, okay.
so, like I said, that's what I wanted to clarify today.
Okay.
That's the story that we heard that got us upset.
Well, and you did the right thing by contacting
Well,
us, and we
now-
contacted
yeah.
them and told them you needed to get out there and talk to both of you people and get things back in line, because
They have been good at talking with us and understanding where, like, the Nemaha has come from, because they will be the ones to be.
I know.
sure,
most.
I understand.
So, but they're not in the.
Well, everybody that lives up and down that road's gonna be in the problem, but there's gonna be a lot of roads in Nemaha County, southern Nemaha County, that's gonna have that same issue.
Okay, all right, thank you. Did you get that resume?
Yeah, I think Russell's here. Would
Okay.
is that what
Thank you,
asked?
Jenny.
Yes.
Yeah. Mixie will not be here.
Okay.
Nancy,
And
take
then
care.
Russell I just saw, and then I just had to leave a message for Rich.
Okay, that's fine.
So with his dispatcher,
Yep, all right.
I'll grab Russell here. Yeah, everything's open, I didn't miss.
See ya.
That's the
Take care.
Okay.
Did you see, I gave you a.
See you guys.
I think that was a list of.
Thanks for coming.